Mezco's Agent Gomez 1975 is probably the best and highest quality figure I bought this year. Starting off with the box, I really like the drawings and design on the outside, and when opening it up, there's even art in the inside of it. Very reminiscent of old movie posters, which fits the whole 70s theme of the figure. For the contents, you get 3 different clamshells, one containing the figure, and the other 2 containing various accessories. Taking everything out, let's look at the accessories first. For the first set, you get a sniper rifle, looks to be an op of some sort, which is pretty cool, a hoverboard, a katana and a working sheath for the katana, an M16 rifle, a revolver, with a boombox, 2 grenades, a knife, nunchucks, and 2 magazines for the corresponding guns. Something to note here is there are 3 accessories missing here. A golden watch, which my Gomez is currently wearing, a holster for his revolver, which he is again wearing, and a crow that comes with him. In case you're wondering where that crow went, I'm wondering where it is too, as during filming I lost it. So much for the toy reviews of my name, huh? For the second shell, you get a stand, an arm for the stand, a buttload of effects for the guns, as well as some laser effects for the laser gun you'll see later. And then I don't know what the hell this was until recent, but I'm pretty sure it's a bag that you can store your figure or accessories in. Pretty nice thing to include. And then for the figure itself, here's Gomez with sort of a default head sculpt, same as his old ones really. A head sculpt with an afro and mustache, and the same sculpt but with this gritting teeth face. And then of course, here's his selection of hands and a pair of sunglasses. Now to get to reviewing this figure, I've had him for a bit over a month now, as this is my first Mezco and I want to be familiar with every part of this figure before I actually comment on anything. The actual detail and look on this figure is incredible, man. This is the first 112 figure I've owned so far that has had this much detail and this much going on, as well as a figure with full cloth goods as well. Obviously, I'm ignorant as to what these 112 companies can do nowadays, especially third party, but at least to me, owning something like this for the first time was very breathtaking. When I first pulled this guy out of the box, I didn't even pose him or do anything. I was just staring at him like a fucking weirdo for like 10 minutes straight. Anyway, starting with the head sculpt, this thing is nice, man. The actual hair and mustache is flocked. Please ignore it being dusty and having debris on it. I had this displayed, and the dust really likes to cling to this material. Another thing that's pretty wild is the eyes. If you shine a light through them, you can actually see a sculpted in pattern and see the eyes are hollow. So I'm assuming the eyes are actually separate pieces that are glued onto the head. Small detail that isn't needed, but the fact that it's there adds so much more to the total depth of this figure. Gomez comes with a pleather jacket, pants, and a turtleneck underneath. The actual strap and buckle of the jacket is not only incredibly detailed, but actually functional, and you are capable of taking the jacket off. The stitching on the jacket as well is very tight and very clean. Looking inside the jacket, there's actually lining, at least on the back panel. The turtleneck is very nice. It's made of a spandex material, which allows for pretty much free range articulation, which I'll go into later. And then you can see the gold watch he comes with, as well as his holster for his revolver. Another little detail is he actually has sculpted socks underneath his pants. Now, I have read through very psychotic threads in relation to Mezco, and I do often hear from people that they can't pose. In the conversation of this guy, he can fucking pose, man. Maybe he can't do inhuman McFarlane Spider-Man poses, but he definitely has a very dynamic range. I'm not going to do a full articulation breakdown, but without the jacket, he has a very nice ab crunch and arm range. But of course, with the jacket, he can't really do much. The jacket bunches up a lot, and it's very fucking annoying. But that's not really a solid complaint, as what else could you expect from a thick-ass leather jacket? Obviously, you won't be able to pose him that well, but if you have the jacket open, you can manage. Just don't expect to be able to get a lot of range out of the arms. Looking at the accessories up close, let's start with the hands. These are nice, man. Really nicely done sculpt with the wrinkling of the gloves. Sunglasses are nice too. The actual lenses are translucent. Going to the other accessories, let's start out with my favorite, the boombox. Incredible detail on the sculpt, but that's not it, man. You can actually pull out this tray and have full access to the cassette, as well as be able to remove the cassette if wanted, which I'm not going to do because I don't care. But now the big thing is, you can open it up, man. And inside there's a laser pistol and what I presume to be a chocolate martini or something. I don't know. It's insane to me that they actually included a real foam lining for this too. Again, the detail that comes with every item of this guy is nuts. And I mean, looking at the martini and the pistol both, detail's great. My second favorite accessory is the hoverboard. Really cool panther print on it, but the main thing is it's actually magnetic, which allows for really easy posability. And that's how I got that cool midair pose without any assistance. Next up is the M16, which is very nice. As I said, there are different magazines to it, which means they're actually removable and even have detail inside of them. The strap on this is incredibly detailed as well and has actual metal clips. The revolver is, again, detailed. And the chamber actually spins. No, it doesn't pop out or anything, but it spins, man. Fucking thing spins. The nunchucks are cool. They actually have a bendy wire between them for posing purposes. Here's a sniper rifle, which I will try to show you the magazine of, but I'm too retarded to get it out. The stand also moves. Now this katana sheath, man, it's pretty badass. The strap is fully adjustable and the clips on it work. Although I don't demonstrate it in the video footage, I did properly readjust the strap before using it for photos and poses. And yeah, the katana fits in the sheath as well. One last thing is, this figure actually comes with a comic. I'm assuming the people who watch me have no idea who Gomez is, so as a brief explanation, Gomez is just one of Mezco's original characters. Mainly used as their mascot. They put him in different outfits, stories, scenarios, whatever. There's one where he's a spaceman, one where he's a union worker, just cool shit overall. Anyway, he comes with a comic that has a full story. I've skimmed through it and the art's pretty cool. Really, my only complaint is that the pages aren't like actual comic book pages. They're just regular paper rather than glossy like the outside. Kind of a nitpicky complaint, I know, but it'd still be nice if that was the case. Now, as for my overall thoughts, starting with the positives, it's mainly all positive, man. I love this figure and would consider it the best figure that I currently own. Since then, I've been incredibly invested in getting my hands on a Mezco, specifically that Sparky. By the way, for any Mezco Mezco representatives watching this. Can I get a sponsor, man? Guys, can you hit up Mezco and ask them to sponsor me? I've been adding them and asking for quite a while. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, man, I like this figure a lot. It's incredibly detailed, has a fuckload of accessories, and it's just fun to pose and mess with. I can't really say that for a lot of figures I've owned. Most of the time, you pose them, they go on the shelf, you never touch them again. But I find myself sitting by my desk and posing this dude pretty often. Very, very sick figure. Really, the only negatives I can talk about are pretty short. I don't really like how large the head is in comparison to the rest of the body. When he's not wearing his jacket, he really does look like a bobblehead. I understand that's how Mezco designs their figures, but the inbox art and in the comic book, his proportions are completely different and look better. I also don't like that they chose pleather for the jacket. I understand that you're never going to see an actual leather jacket with a figure because one, it's too expensive, and two, it just really wouldn't work. Pleather will always be a better decision for the sake of articulation and, you know, designing a cloth goods piece in that small of a scale. I also am really annoyed about the design of the wrist pegs, which if you follow me on Insta, you will know that my dumbass snapped his wrist while getting poses for this video. The issue is their wrist peg doesn't work like a normal one. The hand doesn't slide on. There's a little nub of plastic at the end of their pegs to work as a way to secure the hand, so it would rather snap on. Meaning, you gotta use a lot of force to put the hand on. Now, you could just say I'm retarded and should have just heated up the hands before trying to put them on, but what I'd say is,
Nah, I don't really feel like it.
overall, as I said before, I like this figure, man. I really don't know why I see so much Mezco hate. I think a lot of people don't even know they make original characters. Yeah, all of their licensed shit outside of Rumble Societies are hit or misses. Don't get me started about that Pattinson. But these original characters are sick, man, and they're really fun designs. Like, for example, I'd love to get my hands on that Sparky and other Rumble Society figures. If you're looking for something in 1/12 scale that's an understandable price, has great accessories, cloth goods, and details, go pick this up. I'm gonna go watch Mike Mozart now.